Hey guys, Zero here again with another Gundam Monday, and today we have a really cool kit to show you. This is the high grade Zaku half cannon from Gundam Origins. I believe these are the newest versions of Zaku's that they make in model kit form, and I really wanted a Zaku. I want one more actually, which I'm probably going to get one soon. But I wanted a Zaku with a lot of detail on it, but I didn't want to get like a real grade because they're not that they're expensive, because they're not. It's just that I just didn't want to get into a real grade just yet. I will, but not right now, and not for a Zaku. So I picked this up because I really like the whole over-the-shoulder and underslung cannons, and I like the whole Gatling gun theme. I'm a big fan of Gatling guns, which is why I also picked up the Gundam Build Fighters Giant Gatling. So you can see I'm a big fan of Gatling guns. This is for a custom build that I'm doing. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it with my Guxian or with the tilt rotor Hymach custom that I'm building. But we're gonna put it together. We're gonna open this up at the table, take a look at them, and we'll see what it's gonna produce. And because you can do a couple different variants. You can do one for a 1/144 scale, and you can build this also for a 1/100 scale. So let's crack them open and see what comes inside, and then we'll build this up, and then we'll see what it's like. All right, guys, sit tight. Let's take a look at the high-grade Gundam Origins MS-06CK Zaku half cannon. What is this? Principality of Zeon mass production mobile suit Zaku half cannon. Alright, the box. There's the box art. It's really cool box art. The new box art is actually just, I mean, the old box art was pretty cool too, but this is just really good looking artwork. Here we have the side of the box. I like the tan color, but I'm not going to keep it. Most likely will not keep it tan. Or if I do, I'm going to repaint the whole thing so it won't be like tan, brown, and black or whatever. It's going to probably be like more realistically painted. That's just me. I just feel like I don't mind box art, but I bought this kit with the purpose of repainting it. Well, let's get this guy open and take a look. Alright, here we have the instructions. Let's get this out of the way for a second. Nice bright color instructions. It's got a quick description here. You guys can probably pause that if you want to read that. Alright. There's the back, more artwork, same stuff that's on the box cover, pretty much. Very posable. I'm really liking the newer high grades. They're just so much more articulation and customizability, all kinds of. They're so much more better than they were in like early 2000s, late 90s. I've had some from then, and they were just bad kits. Didn't last. That's partly my fault though. It's not the kit's fault, but just in general, they're just not the greatest kits. Here you have the instructions. Looks pretty basic. I mean, I know it looks like there's a lot of things going on, but it's really, they're not. The steps aren't that involved. So high grades are pretty good kits for people you want to introduce the hobby to. If you're thinking about showing somebody some Gundam kits. And it comes with the decals. I don't know if these are. I want to say these are water slides, but I could be wrong. No, never mind, they're stickers. These are actual peeling stickers. And it's got the red trim, you know. I don't know if I'm going to use these. I will probably use some of these little white ones or off-white ones here. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up a little bit, but I'll probably use some of these, maybe. I don't really know if I'm going to use it. Again, I'm not doing box art, so I have no clue if I'm going to actually go through that process of those stickers. They're cool, though. It's good that they offer them, but I don't know. Stickers, I'm not too sure about, you know. A lot of people, there's people on the fence about the stickers themselves. A lot of people don't like the stickers. A lot of people do. There's some people that don't like water slide transfers. Some people do. I don't mind them. And then there's people who like the rub-on stickers, and there's people who don't. I personally like the rub-on stickers. I think they probably look the best in the end, but they're the most fragile of the three. But the water slides are probably the go-to, like, for everything, and not just for Gundams, for like Warhammer 40K. Anything with you know, my RC cars, model kits, whatever. Water slide transfers are pretty standard fare for model kitting. All right, here we have the armor plating, like the skirts, some arm parts, chest parts. That's cool. You guys can see that there. That first one was the A2 sprue. And here we have the D1 sprue. Some internal parts there. Now this doesn't have a full internal frame like the real grades or the master grades, but it's got parts you can, you know, you can obviously see some of the parts that it comes with. And here we have the A1 sprue. And this is in a light tan, like a desert sand yellow tan. I didn't say sand, like a sand yellow. And we've got the helmet there, and you can have either the commander type or the standard type, which I like that. I mean, I think that's kind of cool. Most Zaku's come with that option. It also has, there's the head there, the lower part of the head. I found out that you can actually move the mono eye on this back and forth, which is really, really cool. That's just, they didn't have to do that, but it's just a cool thing that they did, you know. There's the shoulder shield. And then the other shoulder pad, the Koopa. The Koopa shell. Here we have the D2 sprue, which actually looks like a copy, or part of a copy, of what's on the D1 sprue. Yeah, look at that. Well, that's a copy. See? No big deal though. Here we have the B1 sprue. It's a darker, like a chocolate brown. So this is the feet. You can see the detail. Look at the detail on, hold on, focus. Look at the detail on that. And again, this is just a high grade, you know, but the detail's really, really good. Plastic is like, I'm not gonna say it's cheap. Oh, it's got the two different chest armors, depending on which variant you want to build. It's not saying it's cheap. I'm just saying that it's very thin. So I don't know if, I mean, it's probably how Bandai, you know, cuts costs on certain things. Here we have the F sprue, which has the hands, the different hand options, and the heat hawk options. And you've got the two, I like the open hand there. It's pretty cool. And then you just take the sheet, the little armor plating, and put it on there. It's pretty cool. And then you've got the holdy hands. I call them holdy hands. And then you've got the trigger finger. It came with a lot of hand options. That's really cool. And then you've got the hawks. This is the active heat hawk. You've got the blade there, and then you've got the inactive heat hawk that you can just peg onto the armor. Here we have the E1 sprue. And you can see it's got the leg armor there. The stuff that goes on top of the feet, thighs. Some more parts here. We got like arm parts. Yeah. That's not too bad. Again, the detail, the surface detail is really good on these kits, on the Origin kits. And they did new techniques with these. So it's not just like, the Origin kits were not just like, oh, okay, we'll just put another excuse to put out the same old Zaku kit or the same old RX-78 kit. They actually updated the model kits a lot. And again, not just taking the original kit and saying, all right, cool, let's reuse this sprue. I mean, there's probably some parts, I'm not 100% sure, but you can definitely tell the difference between these kits and, like, say, a regular standard, like an older high grade Zaku kit. All right, here we have the I sprue, and this looks like most of the firearms. So you've got the underslung cannons. There's 2 of them. Then you've got the over the shoulder, like smoothbore cannon, and then you've got the Gatling cannon. I'll probably be using. Oh, there's more. There's another hand here, like a slappy hand. But you've got the backpack and some other parts, you know, and I'll probably be using both cannons, not on this kit, but I'll definitely be kit bashing this cannon here onto another kit for sure, because it's just, I don't want to waste the opportunity with that cannon, you know what I mean? So that's that. All right, here we have the two final sprues, and these are the soft rubbery parts. Okay, you can see these are all bendy, and then you've got the standard polycaps that go into pretty much every Gundam. There's very few that don't use some kind of polycaps. I'm not a fan of them still to this day. I just feel like that's probably the weakest point of any Gundam kit, is the polycaps, because they degenerate through, you know, after time, and they just get loose and worn out. And I mean, unless you never pose it or repose your models, and you get a pose and you leave it forever, or at least for a long time, but these things eventually wear out. And I mean, it's the best option that we have right now, but it is what it is. And then we have the J sprue. This is the piping, like the tubing, the external tubing on the Zaku. There's the head, there's the torso one. This looks like one for the backpack, and then you've got this long ammo belt. It's probably for the Gatling Cannon, to attach the Gatling Cannon to the backpack. There's always that whole ammo belt. It's like it's a theme. So I'm not sure, because most of the weapons in Gundam are beam weapons, which is interesting, because a beam weapon doesn't need a belt, doesn't need bullets, you know what I'm saying? It just needs a cable for batteries. So I mean, unless this is the power cable that's just made to look like an ammo belt. It's the same thing with the drums on the Zaku, the standard Zaku rifle, beam rifle. Like, it's a beam rifle, but has a drum mag. Like, is the drum mag the battery for the rifle? Because I've seen some of the kits where the Zaku itself is actually moving. You know, they actually have the drum mag, and the detail on the inside of the drum mag, there's actually bullets molded into the drum mags. So what is it really, Bandai? Is it projectile, like actual projectiles, like bullets and casings and stuff like that? Why don't the Zaku ever drop ammo casings when they shoot? Or is it beam weapons, and each little bullet is a cartridge or a battery for each shot? I have no. Pick one, you know. Pick one, and we'll go from there. All right, so there you have the Zaku half cannon from Gundam Origins, the high grade kit. Let's push this to the side, and we'll take a look at something else we got here. So now we have the high grade Build Fighters giant Gatling. Again, I'm a big fan of Gatling guns. So when I found out they had one of these, I just had to pick one up. You know. By the way, the Zaku was $25. I picked it up on eBay. It might be more now just because of the pandemic and what's going on. And for some reason, people decided to take advantage of the pandemic and say, okay, well, since everybody's at home doing nothing and desperate, we'll charge more for the kits that we have normally a lower price for. I'm not a fan of that. Like, I'm not a fan of that. I think that's some dirty, low-down crap. So I haven't bought any kits during this time. Well, that's not true. I did buy a couple, but I got a discount from USA Gundam Store, and I bought some stuff from them when their prices haven't changed. USA Gundam Store has kept their prices the same, which I got to be thankful for. But there's a lot of people out there who are charging more for some of these hobby things just because of what's going on, and I think that's low as hell. Like, you guys, that's BS, man. And if I was anybody who's smart enough to buy and notice, if you're window shopping like I do regularly and you notice that change, I would definitely mark those people on your eBay list and just stop buying from those people in general. Like, I don't normally do stuff like this and suggest that kind of behavior, but you gotta shop with, you know, you gotta vote with your dollars, right? And tell these people you're not gonna put up with that kind of BS, you know. But that's the end of my rant. Let's take a look at the Gatling Cannon. So here's some of the pictures on the side and different suits with it. And even though this was created for build fighters, or in the sense of build fighters, it's compatible with, I would say, a majority of the high grade suits that can hold weapons. Certain types, you know, it's compatible with them. So the whole premise of build fighters, build divers, build fighter re-rise, build diver, or build divers re-rise, or whatever it's, build fighter try, is that, you know, they want you to be creative and customize your own Gundams, and that's what they do in the show. The kids customize their Gundams and then they battle. So I mean, that's a great premise. And some of these pieces come with other kits. Like you'll notice, like, oh, that rifle came with this kit originally, but doesn't matter. I mean, the Bandai's offering it to you in a separate kit. That's you know, one, smart on their part. They're making more money by selling more plastic, right? But two, it gives you, the creator, the opportunity to be very flexible with your kit bashing and your you know, your gunpla skills. All right, let's take a look at these sprues. All right, this is the A2 sprue, and you can see there's parts of the cannon here. There's the two different barrel types you can use on the cannon, which is just crazy. And then there's a lot of pegs and attachment points. I'm not sure what all these are for, but I'm definitely excited to put it together and see what it looks like when it's done. More barrel extension. Like, there's barrel extensions there. There's the outer barrel. So you can see there's two different types there. I kind of like the can one, but I also like it when the barrels are exposed. I'm just a big fan of Gatling guns. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Metal Gear Solid, the original Metal Gear Solid game on the PlayStation. There was a character, his name was Vulcan Raven, and he basically walked around with a big Gatling cannon, like the one that comes on the Warthog, the A10 Warthog. He's just walking around with a huge drum on his back. All right, here's the A1 sprue. And there we've got the meat and bones of the gun. There's the housing and barrels. Look at that. It's just very cool. I love Gatling guns. And yeah, like I said, Vulcan Raven carried a huge Gatling gun, and you had to fight against him, and it was really cool. I wish you could have taken that weapon like you do with most of the stuff in Metal Gear, but you know, I guess it would give you an overly unfair advantage. I mean, the dude was fighting you with a tank originally, so you're fighting a tank, and then he's like, you know what? Screw the tank. He jumps out and he starts shooting at you normally on his own. Alright, here we have the instructions, which is like most of the other weapon option instructions. It's just one page. Breaks down the build. Semi-colored, which is pretty cool, and you can see there's the end result right there. That thing is a monster. of a gun. I don't even know what kit I'm going to be able to put this on. Oh, it does come with little legs for mounted on a tripod. That's cool. That's actually kind of cool. Well, I did not know that. That is very cool. Now that changes the dynamic and use of this little kit. Really like that. I mean, I want the model to be carrying it, but I need a big... Ooh, I might put it with my Gusion. He's very bulky. He looks like he could handle a Gatling Cannon. Stay tuned. You guys might find a Gundam Gusion custom with with a Gatling Cannon in his arm instead of that stupid machine gun they gave him. But there you go. There's the instructions. Alright guys, here we are. We have the Zaku half cannon from Gundam Origins, and then the giant Gatling from the Gundam Build Fighters Support Weapon series. Very cool. I'm really excited to get these done. And I apologize for taking long showing you guys the end results of the Gundam kits that I've built. It's just that it's really cold here, and you know, the weather is just so wishy-washy over the last couple months, man. It's just been ridiculous. Like we're almost in May, but yet I'm still dealing with snow and rain and winter weather. So I haven't been able to get out and primer and like spray these guys, and that's my goal, right, is with these kits, you know, because I've never really done that before. And I was able to do one not too long ago because the weather was like 60 degrees in the middle of winter, so I took advantage of it and sprayed it, and I'll show you guys that one. But these kits, it's taking me a while because I like to spray everything before I build it. I mean, I clip the pieces from the sprues, I prep them, so you do a bunch of sub builds, you know. So like I would build the rotary part and then build the housing, and then build, you know, put the barrel and clean all the parts up, and then, you know, you get them ready for spraying, and then you wind up using like these things, you know, to get them ready. And you know, I like to spray them separately, so when I put everything together, it's you know, it's all solid, and it's, you know, I don't like spraying on the runners because then you got spots you have to clean up and nub marks and stuff like that. So bear with me, but I will be doing actual reviews on all the kits that I have shown you throughout the months. For my Gundam Mondays, I will be doing reviews on all of them, because I don't want you guys to just think I'm just showing you the stuff I got. I want you to know whether or not it's worth your money to buy some of these kits. You know, is it worth it? Is it not? You know what I'm saying? Is it a great kit? Is it an easy build? Whatever. So we'll get through all that stuff, I promise. But there you go, guys. The high grade Gundam Origins Zaku half cannon and the Build Fighters giant Gatling Build Fighter Support Weapon giant Gatling. Pretty badass. If you get the chance, you're interested in modeling, crafting, role playing, and things like that. Actually, we talk about everything. So, you know, give us a holler. I'm gonna, hang on a second, we'll put the guy right there. Check us out on Tabletop Dungeoneers Discord server. Tell them Zero sent you, so they know where you're coming from. But like I said, we talk about all kinds of things hobby related: crafting, building, RC cars, Gundams, Warhammer, Dungeons and Dragons primarily, but it's a group of very flexible people from all over the world who have a lot of information and insight. So check us out when you get the chance. Alright guys, as always, like, subscribe, share, and thank you for watching.